Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Georgia. I hope you're well. Welcome to the scavenger hunt for March. I did one of these in January and I just really enjoy them. So we're going to do another one. We're going to do another scavenger hunt video. If you haven't seen these before, it was actually, I think, Riley Marie here on YouTube that originally came up with this idea. But I have made my own list of prompts to do this now. So definitely have a go. They're in the description bar below. Give it a go. I love a scavenger hunt. I feel like I always end up with a book that I don't think I'd really have gravitated towards if I didn't do it through this. So I definitely recommend it. If you've not seen one of these videos before, basically what happens is there is a list of 10 prompts. Each prompt leads you to a different book, and then you use that book and the next prompt to get to the next book, and you do this for 10 books, and then that 10th one is the one that we will read together in this video. So I've got my own list of prompts, like I said, so I'm going to make my way through them. It will start to make a lot more sense once we actually get into it, so just stick with it, and I do definitely recommend trying this out. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's have a go at our scavenger hunt for March. Prompt number 1. Start with the last book you rated 5 stars and then find a book with a similar cover. At the time of filming this, the last book that I rated 5 stars was Scythe and Sparrow by Brim Weaver. So this is book 3 in the Ruinous Love trilogy. I rated this entire series 5 stars. I love this series so much. So the rest of the prompt then is find a book with a similar cover. I'm not sure I have a book with a similar cover, I'll be honest, without using like the other books in this series, because they are all very similar, just different colour schemes. So I don't know. I don't think I've got any other books with that sort of like title layout. Have I got anything like circusy or like doctory maybe? I mean, we've got like the circusy bits. I'm gonna go have a look. I'll come back to you once I've found something. It's not perfect, but I think this is gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do this, I think. So obviously it's not the most similar, but it's got like the circusy vibes. The font colour is sort of the similar. The colour scheme is slightly similar. The layout with like the author's name at the bottom. I am stretching here, but I think this is probably going to have to do. We have Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. This is what we're going to use for prompt number 2 then. So this is book like 0.5, I think, in the Haunting Adeline series, and I really want to read that soon, so I should probably get to this. Prompt number 2 then, add the last page numbers together and then find a book that has that many letters in the title. So let's go to the last. I think there's like an excerpt from something else in here. Okay, so we have the end here, and that's page 144. So 1 plus 4 plus 4 is 9. So we need to find a book with 9 letters in the title. Literally the first book I counted. Go me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So Enchantress by Kaylee Smith, a book with 9 letters in the title. So this book I read only like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I really enjoyed this one. I think the series is a lot of fun, so I definitely recommend giving these a go if you've not read them yet. Prompt number 3. Oh, this actually worked out really nicely. List some of the tropes in this book and then find a book with similar tropes. Okay, so this one, so it's like a trials and competitions one. It's a marriage of convenience. Yeah, so have I got any like marriage of convenience books? That could be a fun one. Should I try and find a fantasy with the marriage of convenience trope? Can I think of any off the top of my head? No. Was this marriage of convenience? Or was this fake dating? I'm not cut out for a fake relationship. Were they married or not? I know this isn't a fantasy, but I can't find a fantasy with it because my mind's gone completely blank. I think this is just fake dating, so I don't think this counts. This was marriage of convenience. I'm sure it was. So this is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I am so sure that this was actually a fake marriage and like a marriage of convenience, because it's the like sort of alliance between the werewolves and the vampires. I'm sure this was marriage of convenience, so I'm gonna go for this one. This is Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. This one has like I said, they get married to try and keep the peace between like the two, not packs, but like what are they called? Types of being. Let's just go with that. So let's go for Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. So next prompt. So prompt number 4 then, reverse the page count and then find a book with a similar number of pages. So the last page of the actual book is 396 pages. So we're looking for a book with 693. 693. I used that last time. I'm not using that one again. 693, far too many. Okay, I have Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is book 2 in the Dark Artificer series. This has 699. So I think that's probably the closest I'm going to get. I'm only 6 pages off there. I think that's pretty good going. So we're going to go for this one. I haven't read this, so I'm really glad that I don't need to know any tropes for this. Prompt number 5, find a book published in the same year. So this book was published in 2017. We're just going to have to start nosing through all the books again. 18, damn it. 18, 19. Okay, a book published in 2017. I have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I haven't read this, so I can't tell you anything about this book, but shit. List the tropes from this book and then pick a book with opposite tropes. We're going to have to trust good old Google here. I looked at like 10 books and none of them was 17, so this is the only one I have. I'm just going to have to Google it. So this one, some tropes then. Forbidden love, fake marriage or marriage of convenience, rivals to lovers, the right person, wrong time. So I'm looking for books with opposite tropes. So not fake anything. Rivals to lovers, we could look for like a friends to lovers, or right person, wrong time. Ooh, this is hard. I really suck at the trope ones. I don't know why I include it. We've got a fake marriage. I could just look for like a soulmates type. I do feel like that's cheating, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to go for this one here. So this is Soul Searching by Lila Sage. So Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It has that marriage of convenience. It also has like the big limelight, like Hollywood setting type situation. I do feel like this is a pretty good opposite. We've got sort of like that really, really small town where everybody knows everybody. It's teeny weeny weeny soulmates situation. Not necessarily even soulmates, but like they have both been soul searching together and come across each other based on something one of them did forever ago. So it was like a destined to be sort of situation. So I'm going to go with this one. You can call me a cheat, I don't really care. It's my scavenger hunt and I struggle with tropes. So here we are. Prompt number 7, go to the first word, count the number of letters and then find a book with similar number of letters, obviously times 100. So the first word of the actual book then, there. So that's 5 letters. So we're looking for a book with around 500 pages. Let's go. 500 pages. I always go for the same ones. Let's pick something different. Having a bit of a mental breakdown, I think. I don't know why I have struggled so much with this one, but I have a book with 524 pages. We've got The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. This has 524 pages, so do you know what? I'm just going to call this one a day because apparently none of my books have just over 500 pages. So this is what we're going with. Prompt number 8 then, we have find a book with a similar colour scheme to your current book. So we've got that sort of like beigey cream colour. We've got like the bronze foiling. It's very like fourth wing foiling, that I will say. We want a light book, browns, coppers, golds, that sort of sitch. Do I have that? Probably not. None of these are giving what I want. I feel like these sort of match. So similar colour scheme. I have King of Greed by Anna Huang. It's got that same sort of like gold, metallic, bronzy foiling. Pretty basic cream colour background. I'm going to go with this. This is the best colour scheme match I can do. I'm sorry. I've been looking for what feels like a lifetime. So prompt number 9 then. I have find a book with the same number of letters in the title. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need a book with 11 letters in the title. We can do this. Bit of a rogue choice, and I have also found a book that still has the sticker on it, so bear with me, I can't deal with that. The stickers usually come off before they even make it to the bookshelf, so I don't know why I just abandoned the idea for this one. No, it's ripping. This is why you take them off immediately, because then you don't have this struggle. All I can hear right now is that like SpongeBob thing where it's like 2 hours later. That's all I can hear right now. I got there in the end. So we were looking for a book with 11 letters in the title. This technically has 9 letters and 2 numbers, but it's 11, so it'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to go for Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. I feel like these never make it into videos and they take up like half a shelf. I haven't read any of this series yet. It's one of those series that I want to read so bad, but I feel like I need to be in the right headspace to jump into that one, and I'm not there. I am not there right now. So prompt number 10, our final prompt. Find a book that's title or author name starts with the same letter as your current book's title. So I need an author or title that starts with the letter R. Let's go find one. Do we jump into the Renaverse? Do we read a Rena Kent book? I think we do. I think we read this. So we needed a book that's title or author started with the letter R, Rena Kent. I think we're going to jump into God of Malice by Rena Kent. I have been putting this off for so long, but I finally have the entire series now, so it is time. And this is also my TBR for March, so this is literally perfect. This couldn't have been more perfect. I'm going to read this one. So this is God of Malice. This is a dark romance read, so if any of you are family, just go away now because I'm going to be talking all sorts of small. So Georgia from the future, just jumping in here to fix past Georgia's mistakes, and right at the end of my scavenger hunt there, my microphone dies and I didn't notice, and I just kind of carried on rambling at you guys like I do. So I am here to just pretend I haven't read this book and give you the little bit of information that I tried to give you at the end of the scavenger hunt. So, you know, here we are. This is book 1 in the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. This is one of the series in the big interconnected, very slightly interconnected world by this author. So it's a dark romance book set in sort of like a UK university. I'm not going to give you much more information than that, but I will just very quickly read you the back before I pass you back to past Georgia, who was reading this book. Don't romanticize me or you'll be eaten alive. Killian Carson is a predator cloaked in charm. His charisma fools everybody except Glyndon King. She sees the psychopath beneath and knows she should run, but a dark part of her craves the danger, knowing he'll chase her and she might just want to be caught. Glyndon has never been anyone's favourite, always falling short of her family's expectations, but Killian, he doesn't expect anything except that she's now his. Their schools are rivals, their families lifelong enemies, but none of that matters to him. Can two broken souls heal each other, or will their twisted desires tear them apart? As their paths collide in more disturbing ways than they might have imagined, it could either strengthen their bond or be their undoing. So there you go. I will now pass you back to past Georgia, who will be reading this book with you guys. I'm going to try and pay more attention next time. Enjoy. So I'm just here to give you guys a bit of an update on God of Malice. I am 159 pages in, I'm on chapter 13, and I am enjoying this one so far. It is definitely dark, it is spicy, very dark romance. If I have family watching this, please leave. But I am enjoying this one. It's dark, it's messed up. It literally, like the opening page to this says, for the ones whose type is an unapologetic villain, like he is just unapologetically him. It is very dark. Like it literally says, Killian Carson, the main character of God of Malice, is a true psychopath, not a make-believe villain, nor a bad boy who's eventually tamed. He is a villain with very questionable actions, so if you can't handle morally black characters, please do not proceed. And like, that is so valid. He is like skipping straight over the morally grey category. He is morally black. Like, his way of going about things is so messed up. Definitely check your trigger warnings. I feel like I shouldn't enjoy this as much as I do, especially with, you know, life. But like, I am enjoying this book. I am enjoying it, and it's so easy to read. I am flying through it. I feel like the writing style is so nice. It's so easy to keep up with. It flows really nicely. The chapters are like not really long, but a bit longer than my usual liking. But again, I don't feel like that's slowing me down either. I'm just flying through it. I am doing a mix of like physically reading this book, Kindle reading this book, and also audioing, but I don't love the narrators for the audio of this one. I'm not enjoying specifically the female narrator in this. I feel like I'm not getting on with her voice very much, and I feel like when it's like that, I'm not concentrating as much as I want to. So I am enjoying it. I just feel like I'm better off physically reading it than audioing it, but equally I want to just focus on this one book since I've got it on an audio platform. So I just keep picking up on audio for like a chapter here or there, but I am mostly physically reading. But I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying this more than I expected to, I think. I'm just going to keep reading this one and I'll be back to you with an update when I next have one. I'm here with a little update on this book then. So I am on chapter 30, which according to my Kindle is about 75%. And I am enjoying this one so far. I wasn't 100% sure on the beginning. There is definitely a lot of like forced like sexual stuff, but in a way that it's kind of what she's after, but she's not sure if it's what she's after, but she's always kind of happy to have it, and it's all a bit strange, and it was a bit hard to sort of get my head around that and to read that without being a bit like ooh about it. I am enjoying this. I am sort of like settling into it a little bit more. I'm liking the protective moments of it, and I'm liking them sort of navigating this new relationship without either of them really fully understanding their obsessions and their wanting behind it all. It is college based, so they are our main two characters in this are only 19, and I keep sort of forgetting that it is set in the UK, so it is all sort of like they can drink, they can do all that sort of stuff. And we've also had like a hunt, which I thought was really fun. So like the initiation to get into, I don't really know if it's a gang or like Killian's sort of like group. There's this big initiation and it's different every year, and this year the initiation is basically like a hunting style thing. So she is hunted down by him and the 4 of the leaders. So there's like 5 leaders to their sort of group, and they basically hunt down all the like people who want to try and get into their sort of thing. She gets an invitation to the initiation that he doesn't know about, so somebody else invites her. And I did really enjoy the hunt. I thought that was really interesting and a nice little addition to it. But again, super spicy. Like the spice in the hunt section of it as well, and then just the spice overall, it's very, very spicy. It's definitely a dark romance. So I'm still getting used to it, but so far I am enjoying this one. I am, like I say, about 75% through according to my Kindle. Even though this is like a super floppy paperback, I am reading most of this on my Kindle just because it's obviously easier than carrying around a big ass book. I am enjoying this one so far. It's a really interesting setup, and I'm intrigued to see sort of like who we follow for the rest of the books. I'm trying not to look because I don't want any spoilers to like the couplings and stuff, but I'm intrigued to see if we get like all of his people, all of her people, if it's just like her friendship group, his friendship group, or if they are just completely separate, because I have no idea, to be honest. But I am enjoying it. I'm going to keep going, and I will be back to you guys probably when I finish this one, but so far so good. So I'm here to just give you my final thoughts and feelings on God of Malice by Rena Kent. Ignore the state I have literally just finished a 10-hour shift and I couldn't be bothered to, you know, do my face and sort my hair out, so here we are. I have very sort of like mixed feelings on this book, but I did very much like it. I'm not really up with a lot of dark romance. I haven't read a lot of dark romance at all, really. Not like dark romance. I've read like Butcher and Blackbird, and I've read one of the Brutal Birthrights series, but this is the first proper like dark romance I would say that I've read. I do find it kind of hard to get on board with the whole consensual non-consent sort of thing, which I can imagine comes up a lot in dark romance, but that does sort of baffle me a little bit, so I do struggle to get my head around that. Obviously for quite a lot of this she's not exactly for what's going on, but equally she's not exactly against it either, and just kind of admit to enjoying not really having control or choice. I do struggle a little bit with that, to read about that. I know a lot of people are fine with it, and I can imagine it's in a lot of dark romance books, but it did take me a while to sort of get my head around that, to be completely honest with you guys. I did really enjoy this book, with that said. I thought like the setup for this was quite interesting, and the hunt was an aspect of this that I really enjoyed. Like that whole initiation process was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. The spice in this is extremely spicy. Some of it I loved, some of it I didn't like so much, but all in all it was enjoyable. There's a lot of family connections and big trees to sort of wrap your head around, so like there is luckily a bit of a family tree at the beginning of the book, so it was nice to be able to refer back to this to sort of figure out who was related to who and what's going on. And it did sort of surprise me a little bit, because we do actually get some chapters from like the parents' perspective through this as well. So like I was reading and like audioing it at the time, and then all of a sudden it was like Astrid, and I was like, the fuck's Astrid? So then luckily I could go back and see that that's actually the main female character's mum, and we had like a chapter from her, we had a chapter from the main male character's dad, and like some sort of different perspectives and sort of insight into the characters that way, which I did enjoy. So yeah, I did all in all enjoy this. I'm looking forward to continuing on with the series. We have sort of set up for the next book as well, so I'm intrigued to see what that one's about. I do think I'll carry on with this pretty much back to back, because I am enjoying that sort of side of it, and I am trying to get a little bit better at reading books back to back as well. But equally I also think that with interconnected standalones it doesn't matter so much. But like I've recently started reading 2 different fantasy series that I'm in the middle of, and had literally sat there going, I don't know what's going on, I'm gonna have to restart this, which is really annoying. But anyway, I do think I'll pick up with this series pretty quickly because I am enjoying it, and I do think I could really get on board with dark romance. I feel like I just need to get a few more, read before I can fully sit on how much I enjoy them. But I did enjoy this. I have decided on a 4-star rating, and I'm not gonna lie to you, every book I've read so far this month I've rated 4 stars. It is absolutely my default, but when I look at the books that I've rated 3 stars, I'm like, no, because it was better than them, but it's like not that much less than like the other books that I've rated 4 stars. So I'm just gonna go with 4 star. I enjoyed it. I think it was good fun. Rena Kent's writing is so easy to read and get lost in. Like, at no point did I feel sort of confused, minus the family tree. There's just a lot of characters introduced to you at once in this book, and they are all needed, and like you do need to know who all of them are. But like, other than that, it's just so easy reading. Like, I've flown through this. A chunky book is over 500 pages, and I read it in less than like 4 days, which is good for me. I am a really slow reader, so I have really enjoyed it. I think it's good fun. But it is dark. So yeah, all in all, an enjoyable read. I rated it 4 stars. I'm happy with that. I'm going to stick with that, and I do want to read the rest of this series and some more of Rena Kent's writings. All in all, a successful scavenger hunt. I feel like I've always got quite lucky with my scavenger hunts. I don't think I've had a scavenger hunt yet where I've not enjoyed the book I've read. I think they usually end up being around a 3-star, but like, still an enjoyable read, so I'm taking that as a win. I'll leave the prompts that I've used for today's scavenger hunt in the description bar below anyway. I do recommend trying this out. I just think it's such a fun way to pick your next read, and especially if you're not sure what you want, like what you're in the mood for, it's just a very fun way to sort of pick something a little bit different. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon, my Goodreads and my business email are all in the description bar below. I really hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.